Hey guys, so in a previous video I talked about Uni and my Christmas tree. Thankfully so far it's been good, he hasn't knocked it over. But some of you might not be so lucky if your tree's a little bit bigger or if your cat is just way crazier than Uni is. I wanted to do an alternative for a Christmas tree. It's not going to be anything that's like big enough to like put gifts under and stuff, but it'll still give you like that holiday look. And actually, if you have a Christmas tree, it still probably would be kind of nice to put around. I'm planning on keeping mine around, even with my tree. So yeah, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a cute little Christmas tree terrarium thing. So let's get started. You'll need a glass jar, a styrofoam cone that fits inside, decorative trim or yarn or garland, beads or confetti or whatever to decorate the tree, string lights, a low temperature hot glue gun, and polyfill. I'll leave an affiliate link to some of these materials down below. I grabbed this silver loopy trim that I thought would look pretty cool as a tree. Starting from the bottom, start hot gluing the trim around the cone, working your way up like so. I suggest using a low temperature hot glue gun to avoid melting the styrofoam as you glue around. The cone I got just kind of abruptly stops instead of coming to a point at the top, so I ended up rolling a bit of cardstock into a small cone shape and then gluing that to the top to make the point. And then I finished covering the cone. And to top it off, I had some snowflake confetti that I decided to make into a tree topper. I did this by taking 2 pieces of confetti, I cut a slit halfway to the center, stuck them together, and then used small dots of glue to hold it open. And this is what it made, which I then glued to the top of the tree. And here's how this tree turned out. But I also wanted to do a green tree. So initially I was going to use this green yarn and glue it around the cone like I did with the trim, but I ended up finding this wired garland stuff and decided to use that instead. But since this stuff had a strong wire, I was worried that the ends would kind of stick up if I only glued it down, so I ended up bending the ends in and then I stuck them into the cone to help keep those ends down as I glued it. Aside from bending and sticking the ends into the cone, I glued this garland stuff down the same way as the trim. And for the top of this tree, I just pinned on a random star pin that I had. You can use beads or whatever to make the tree toppers or to add ornaments. I decided to go more simple, so I didn't add anything like that. So all you need to do now is to place everything in to decorate the jar. Stick one of the trees into the jar and, well, maybe before you do this project, you should double check to see if your trees fit into the jar. I guess, at least in this instance, I could just cut like an inch or so off the bottom of the trees to make them fit. But while I was filming this, I just went ahead and finished the rest of the project with these gigantic trees. One option you can do is to put some polyfill in, place the tree, and basically just throw string lights in. This is obviously the easiest way, and I think it actually looks pretty cute. It kind of looks like the little lights are floating around the tree. Another thing you can do is to place the lights in so that they're covered by the polyfill. This also makes a cool effect. Actually, it's my favorite, but it does take a little more work and takes a lot of adjusting. Of course, you could also glue the lights around the tree to make it look like a traditional lit Christmas tree as well. If you don't have cats, or you do have cats that amazingly won't mess up Christmas decorations, you could just ditch the jar and then make a few trees and lay out a snowy landscape as a table centerpiece or a mantelpiece or something. And if you do that, be sure to tag me in the photo so I can live vicariously through you, because I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that with Uni in this house. And here's the jar after I cut the tree down a little bit. It fits much better now. And now I have another option of a Christmas tree that won't get disturbed
by Uni.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. I post art videos every Tuesday and DIY videos every Thursday. Check out my holiday playlist up here, and thank you to my patrons for helping me produce this video. If you're interested in becoming a patron or just learning about what Patreon is, there'll also be a link to it up here and you can go check it out. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, and Twitch, and I'll leave the information to all of those down below. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week.